Well, hi, and welcome to another fabulous Calvary at home, Calvary online, CWOW Sunday, all of the above. With me today is my friend Scott Uhlinger, and we're going to talk a little bit about Front Yard Mission and about what God's doing in Calvary Lewistown.
Yeah.
Scott, why don't you introduce yourself in case the fine folks at home haven't met you yet?
Yeah. So, hey, I'm Scott Uhlinger. I am the...
Not Uhlinger.
Close. Uhlinger? No, that's not right.
No.
Uhlinger. I've gotten everything
I'm sure
over the
you
years.
have.
So,
Uhlinger.
Uhlinger, kind of like I linger. You linger. Do you linger, Stace?
Often.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
So, anyway, hey, I'm Scott Uhlinger. I am the children's pastor / youth pastor / college pastor at Calvary Lewistown.
That's a lot to fit on a business card. Don't we have one?
It's 2025.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't have a business card. So it's kind of
I
fun.
don't have a business card either. But that's a lot. Like when you introduce people, you don't say, "Hey, I'm the children's pastor,
I don't.
youth pastor." What do you say?
I say, hey, I work at Calvary Church downtown.
Yeah.
That's really what I say, because we've got a couple Calvaries in Lewistown, and we're known as like the downtown one.
Okay.
So,
The cool one.
I mean, Sean Moon is pretty cool. I'm just saying.
Is he?
I'm just trying to keep up. So
I don't know if he's going to watch this, but yeah, Sean is very cool.
I'm out of breath keeping up.
That's
Slow
not
down,
true.
Sean.
You are wired at a higher
I
level
am.
than a lot of us.
I do. I wake up with energy. I go to bed with energy. Yeah, I am made to do my job.
Yeah.
And I love it, honestly. So I don't know. I guess if I have to give myself a title, I'm the pastor of Next Gen,
Yeah.
which is just a fancy way of saying I work with birth through age 29.
Yeah.
Yep. And really love it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. One of the things that I like to do when I have guests with me for this weekend is talk a little bit about what you're seeing God do in your context in the area of Front Yard Mission. This is going to air on CWOW Sunday. It's the Church Without Walls Sunday. It's the weekend that we don't meet in the building.
Got it.
We've been doing this for years and years now. And do you know why we do this? I mean, do you know the history of how this started?
I don't.
Well, we were coming out of COVID in the season when we weren't meeting in buildings at all. And we were wrestling with why or how are we going to be different? Every church in America, every church probably in the world was saying, "Hey, when we can meet together again, we're not going back to normal. We're going to do something different. We're going to be different." And honestly, I think most of us just raced back to what we did before as quickly as possible. But we and Dan really kind of led the way on this in saying we need to drive a stake in the ground and help people remember that gathering in the building on Sunday morning is important, but it's not the most important thing that we do. And we want to scatter as well as we gather. So we landed on taking one Sunday a month to bang that drum and remind people that we are people who have been sent, people who are called to live on mission, and we get after that by praying first for our neighbors. Even before we talk to our neighbors, we're praying and asking God to bless them to move in their lives. We're serving people really well.
Love it.
And we are inviting them into our spaces and inviting us into theirs. That's even better. If you can figure out how to get them to invite you into their space. All in the hopes that they're going to see Jesus in us, and it's going to lead to a gospel conversation and hopefully lead to the kingdom growing because of what Jesus is doing. So that's kind of the motivation behind CWOW Sunday. And why don't you meet in the building on the floor? That's weird. It's kind of funny when we talk to church folks. A lot of people are like, that's weird. When we talk to other people, like other people not at Calvary, they're like, "Oh, that's so cool. That's so good. That's a great idea. I could never do that." It's like, okay, well,
yeah.
So kind of in your context, whether you're talking about your neighborhood or ministry stuff, what are you seeing happen around Front Yard Mission in Lewistown?
Well, okay, so for those of you guys that, again, haven't got to hang out with us, we are new to Mifflin County. We actually, live down that way. And I decided, okay, so let me back up. We lived in an apartment for our first 4.5 months here.
Okay.
We knew it wasn't permanent, still hung out on the balcony a lot, talked to the guy on my left. He would just hang out and we would chill on the balcony. A little bit of intentional front yard mission, honestly.
Right.
I was praying for him all the time. We talked about Jesus some. Then we move into a very Gen X boomer neighborhood.
Right on.
So honestly, we have a split level house surrounded by folks in their 50s, 60s, pushing 70.
Yeah.
And while I love Gen Z and I love millennials, I know that the best way for me to develop a relationship with the guy across the street and the guy next to him is to cut my grass and I'm going to landscape my house and I'm going to not play my music loud when I come rolling up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wait for that one moment where he is hauling mulch and I'm going to go help.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not going to talk about Jesus.
So
I know it sounds crazy.
That's how you get to Jesus, by not talking about Jesus.
Correct. Yes. No Jesus.
Okay.
I will talk about Jesus eventually, but that's not my plan. My plan is to go help that guy mulch his front yard and change a tire if he ever needs it or carry his wife's groceries up to the door.
Yeah.
I'm going to earn that right because Gen X and boomers, we're wired differently
Absolutely.
than, the girl behind the camera over there that you can't see. So she'll probably edit this out, but she's wired a little differently than us. So that's my front yard mission plan in my hood.
Okay.
It's very different than how I see living in a community though. So Stace, I love volleyball.
Right.
I played volleyball growing up. I married the setter from the women's team in college. We raised a couple of volleyball players. I've been coaching for 30 years now. One of the first things I did upon moving to Mifflin County was meet with the head varsity volleyball coach and say, may I please volunteer in the program?
Right.
I got to do more than volunteer. I was actually the assistant varsity coach this year. Dude, I have relationships with not only 23 athletes from Mifflin County High School, I know their parents.
Yeah.
When I go to Starbucks now, I bump into parents. When I go to Lowe's, I bump into parents.
Right.
I love it. When I'm walking the halls at the school, tons of kids are like, what's up? It's very intentional.
Yeah.
And so I am praying often for those girls and their parents and the administrators and the teachers that I've run into, the booster parents. I haven't invited them directly to church yet, but I continue to get myself invited back into their world.
Right.
So that eventually I will.
Is that the goal? To invite them to come to church?
The goal is that they accept Jesus as their savior and have a relationship with him.
Okay.
I don't care if that happens in the stands at a football game, on a volleyball court, in the commons at the high school, or at Calvary Lewistown. Shoot, I don't care if they're kids and they go to another youth group.
Right.
No, I want them to know Jesus and I want to hang out with them for eternity.
Yeah.
So that's the goal.
Okay.
The best way for me to accomplish that goal because of my personality is to love the heck out of them on the court, mentor them on the court, really develop those relationships intentionally on the school bus. I know that's crazy, but some of my best moments getting to know kids are on school bus away trips.
Yeah.
Like it's 10 o'clock at night. We just ate dinner and we got our butts kicked or we crushed somebody and we're either like sad or super happy.
Right.
It feels the same on the bus home.
Okay.
Honestly, there's just nothing better. Because in my mind, and tell me if I'm wrong, front yard mission really feels like finding ways to intentionally love the people in our lives so that we can tell them about Jesus. Is that it? Am I missing?
No, I think that's it. I think we've tried to do some standardized kind of things.
Yeah.
To help people engage and take their first step and figure out, I don't know what to do. How do I get to know my neighbors? And we've come up with a couple of party kind of ideas, like donuts in the driveway, or the The worst party, bratwursts around a fire pit.
Dude, let's go.
The worst party ever.
Why?
Yeah.
What? No.
It's
No, I'd go to that party.
WURST. Bratwurst.
I see.
Sorry. It's punny.
Is it?
And it is.
It is.
But the danger in trying to create, well, not in some people look at those things and say, oh, if I don't do donuts in the driveway, if I don't do, or I've already done that, what do I do next?
Got it.
So it can, if you can embrace it as a lifestyle and try to figure out, okay, how do I do this?
Mm-hmm.
Then
guys, don't try to do this like me.
Oh yeah,
Let me be so clear about that.
Yeah, so not everybody watching is going to be. Scott's an extrovert when he's sleeping.
Correct.
So what advice would you give someone who is less extroverted?
Yep.
And let's be clear, introvert, extrovert doesn't mean you like people or you don't like people.
It's energy.
Right. It's energy. It's how do you recharge and where do you draw energy from? And some people draw energy from being alone.
Yep.
But that doesn't give the introverts among us an out for.
Are you an introvert?
No, I'm not.
I was gonna say
I'm not an introvert.
What's this among us stuff?
I'm trying to play the other side of the card. So what advice would you give someone who's wired differently than you in terms of finding a way?
Sure. I am married to a big time introvert.
Yeah.
She ticks all the introvert boxes,
Which is so hilarious. Kim and I were his wife's youth pastor.
Yep.
Back in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, and she's so different from you.
So different. Here's what I've learned being married to Erin for almost 27 years. Even though she's an introvert by nature, she loves hosting people.
Okay.
She loves the planning aspects of hosting. Yep. She likes to do the shopping and put together the menu, and she likes to have the games laid out. We host 15 to 20 young adults in our home on Wednesday nights. A couple of them have kids. And so she went to her mom's house and brought doll houses and American Girl dolls and little wobbly people because the Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. And so she brought all of that stuff back. Anyway, sorry for those of you that are watching. As an introvert, she is so on top of all the stuff that has to happen for an event to not be the worst, as you were saying.
Yeah.
I can carry all the other stuff when everybody shows up, but man, does she ever make the event happen. And so introverts, my encouragement would be to lean into your gifts.
Yeah.
Plan stuff well. Think about your neighbors or your coworkers or the person at Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts if you are uncivilized.
Oh.
It's fine.
That's just wrong on so many levels.
Fine.
I'm pretty sure that you're contractually obligated to say East End Coffee, but that's okay.
Oh, hi, Ryan. Love you. Ryan owns East End Coffee and is amazing and a good mountain biker. So,
okay.
Anyway, that's my advice. Introverts, leave it all on the court. When you do hang out with all the people, like my wife gives and goes to bed exhausted that night.
Right. Not
from the planning, not from the cooking, not from anything other than she really gives it all she has to show people she loves them, and then she's done.
Yeah.
And she needs me to leave her alone because she needs to recharge. And that's bad because I'm all wound up from all the people.
Yeah.
And then
but it is a great the word that I was thinking, you guys partner really well together to do things like that. And so for the extrovert, those of us who are wired for the people, not so much for the details.
Right.
I'm guessing you need someone detail oriented to say, do we have cups?
Correct. I've gotten better about that over the decades.
You can learn, but
yes.
But if I can hand that off to an Aaron, to someone who is less wired for the high energy, that's a win.
Yes.
So if you're thinking, the prospect of hanging out with 23 high school girls.
Right.
Nope. That's okay. There are ways that everybody can figure out how to be involved
Yes.
in Front Yard Mission.
Yep. And again, just as we're talking about introverts, like I'm probably too much for my wife. Like I probably would be. I can be way too much for people that are a little quieter. And so introverts, if you can approach somebody with calm, gentleness, if you can just be that calming presence, I'm not that. And I'm sure glad God has made people to reach the people that like quiet.
Yeah. So, in the room, look for the person rolling their eyes at us
100%.
and ask them how they're doing.
Yeah.
And if they want to sit down and talk.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
And I will just entertain their kids. I went to a party Friday night, a Friendsgiving, by the way. It was my first ever. Being an old guy, I got invited to one.
Nice.
Bunch of 30-year-olds. It was so fun. I come in and there's Malin and Aurora, and they are screaming and ask me to play with them. And I'm like, well, I don't have a tiara. And so they got me a tiara. And for the next 20 minutes, I ran around chasing them. So
know what you're good at.
Correct. And my wife simply sat down and talked with people and accomplished some Front Yard Mission. And I hit a ball and wore a tiara.
That's great.
It was a good night.
That's fabulous. What are you seeing happen in Calvary Lewistown in terms of Front Yard Mission? What's clicking? What maybe what's hey, we're trying this, but it's not working.
Yeah.
So
what are we trying that's not working yet? So we have something called 3rd Street Commons. If you guys are familiar with Fraser Street Commons, it's kind of modeled after that. We want to reach into the Geisinger School of Nursing population.
Okay.
Provide them a spot where they can come study, get away. We have the coolest area created for them. Feels honestly a lot like a chill Starbucks.
Starbucks again.
It's great. Yeah. Do you think we'll wake up with, nah, it doesn't matter. In heaven with Starbucks? No, I know.
I don't think so.
It's laid out. We have all the details ready. We've got East End coffee ready to go.
Okay.
We opened up, and guess how many people showed up the first 2 weeks?
Was it packed?
One.
Oh.
One person showed up the entire time. And so
it's in your building.
It's in our building, right across the parking lot from Geisinger.
Okay, so Geisinger has a nursing school there. Is that right?
Correct. Yep.
And
about 150-ish students at any one time.
Okay. And so you guys figured this would be a great way to serve them.
Yep.
Create an opportunity, and they're on board?
They are. They had us over to their orientation. So we got to speak in front of about 50 people. And we're going to be opening up in about 2 weeks, it looks like, for a trial soft launch, and then hitting it hard in January with some hours that they told us they want.
Okay.
We'll see if it works. We're trying to be intentional. We're trying really hard to develop relationships, offer some free caffeine, and just hang out. So that's kind of an intentional thing we're doing that hasn't gotten off the ground.
Okay.
We'll see. Guys, young adults is going so well. We're just hanging out. On every other Wednesday night, we're getting together at my house. We're eating, we're laughing. We have a new projector coming for the basement that we're going to hook up the Nintendo to, like the old school Nintendo. And
all right.
Yeah, we're going to do some bowling.
Nice.
I know it's ridiculous, but that's really Front Yard Mission to me. Like, we're going to develop relationships and have fun. And if it's playing Wii tennis, then okay.
Oh, someone's going home with a bloody head.
Correct. I'm just hoping there's no holes in my wall so from the controllers. We'll see. Yep. So honestly, that part's going really well right now.
Okay.
Sean Moon, if you guys don't know Sean, he has such a heart for outreach style events. We have a Thanksgiving meal coming up on Thanksgiving Day. We put the sheets out for everybody to sign up. Sign up for a turkey, sign up for stuffing. Who's going to make a pie?
Right.
They are all full after
awesome.
one Sunday.
Okay.
Like people are coming out on Thanksgiving Day to serve people and tell them about Jesus. Come on. Let's
great.
Go. Yep. So that's all going really well in Lewistown right now.
Okay.
I'm excited about the future, Stacy.
How long have you been in Lewistown?
Since March 16th. So was that 7 months? 8 months?
Math is hard.
I know. Youth pastor.
Right. My degree's in youth ministry, which
As
means
is mine.
I didn't really have to take any math.
Yeah. Shout out to Harley Atkinson.
We went to the same school at different times, but we know a lot of the same people. What do you want to see happen in terms of front yard mission at Calvary Lewistown?
Ooh, that's a broad question. So let's take it from kind of big picture and just kind of make it a little more narrow as we go. I want to see 100% of the people that would call Calvary Lewistown their home church,
right,
to be participating intentionally in reaching their neighbors or their coworkers. Some people live in apartments. Some people live in the woods.
We do want to blur those lines a little bit. I mean, there are people who their front yard mission is where they work.
Correct.
Or they go to school. That's who they're spending time with. That's 100%. Where their relationships are. So that makes sense.
It's their sphere of influence, as we used to say.
That's what
I want to see 100%. That is not naive. That's what I want.
Okay.
I want us to intentionally be developing relationships with the purpose of telling them about Jesus, and seeing them come to faith. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I hope that's where we go. As we get a little narrower, I guess, I really want our middle school, high school, and college age students to be intentionally developing relationships with the people around them, people on the soccer team, people they go to the barn with to ride horses,
right?
People in their biology class, nursing school. I want them really thinking about how to transition from biology to Jesus, to transition from saddles to Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And then for my wife and I want us to be in the same neighborhood 15 years from now. And I want my neighbors to be so comfortable that they just open the door to my home and come in.
Right.
Because we're so close, they don't have to knock anymore.
Right.
I want to love them really well. That's what I want. We're getting a hot tub next week. I know that's crazy, but I would love it if I came out one morning and one of my neighbors was just chilling in my hot tub. And they were like, "What's up, dude?" I'd be like, "What's up? Have a good day." And I'll get in my car and go to work, and they'll hang out in my hot tub. So,
okay.
That's real. I guess that's the best litmus test, I guess, as to whether or not I have communicated how much I love them.
Right.
Will that happen? Most people won't do that. I know, but I could see you showing up in my hot tub without asking.
I probably wouldn't show up without asking, or at least informing.
Well, you can. So, just saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I don't know if that answers your question. That I think everything for me is relational.
Yeah.
If mulching or digging a hole or pouring concrete, if serving tangibly allows me to develop that relationship more effectively, then that's what I want to do.
Right.
If having coffee or something fun on the back patio, then let's do that. I don't care. I just want to find intentional ways to develop relationships so that I can talk about Jesus in an authentic way in 2025.
How prepared do you think the folks that you're hanging out with at Calvary Lewistown are to have those conversations? Or do you think that's an area that you're going to have to lean into to help people?
Like anybody or like anything, there's a spectrum on this one. Yeah, there are people that could much more effectively share Jesus with people than I could right now. I can think of 3 or 4 people for sure. All the way to people who see themselves because of introversion as maybe not effective for the kingdom.
Yeah.
And so, I think training is a part of it. We are honestly doing that.
That's good.
We're holding leadership meetings where we are training people on how to, talk about Jesus. It's pretty cool.
We keep hearing that there's a change in the spiritual climate.
Yes.
Especially among Gen Z, millennials. Are you seeing that in Lewistown?
1,000%.
Really?
Yes. So quick example, because I see we're pushing our time. Sorry, Courtney. We're at our young adult night, Wednesday night. We're just chilling. We're doing an apologetic study, but that had wrapped up. And we were talking about the need for apologetics to happen within relationships today. And a dude named Tristan, hey Tristan, if you're watching, he looks at me and he goes, "Man, not to be offensive, Scott, but And he uses the term old head and he drops it straight on me. He's like, old heads like you, like, you guys struggle a little bit with relationships. None of us do. We just connect so easily. And dude, all 15 to 20 somethings in the room were all like, yeah. I watched it happen later that night. The guys went downstairs, girls upstairs, just to close up in some like pretty deeper levels of prayer. And they were all talking about how they don't really necessarily have friends and they are looking for community. Dude, I just slipped out of the room and they didn't need me.
Yeah.
Like they connected. They made plans to get together to play video games. They don't need the old head in the room.
Yeah.
So yes, the climate is different relationally, but also like Dan has been saying a lot lately, like, so for us, sharing Jesus in my 20s and 30s, like that was an adventure.
Yeah.
Like you could offend people quite easily.
Absolutely.
It's just not like that anymore. Like I talked with my volleyball girls some about Jesus because they were asking questions and they just were like little sponges.
Yep. They're open and interested in not offended by you talking about Jesus.
Right. So yes, there is a huge difference in the Gen Z climate versus millennials versus us old Gen Xers and boomers.
Right.
Yep.
Well, how about you pray for us?
Oh, I'd love
pray
to.
for the folks. This is CWOW Sunday.
Okay.
So ideally, folks are loving their neighbors this weekend.
Let's go.
So how about you pray us out?
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Jesus, thank you for CWOW Sunday. I remember I was so excited when Sean told me about this concept. It's revolutionary. I just couldn't believe that we were going to give our folks time to intentionally love their neighbors on a moment when most people are home on Sunday mornings. Father, really empower our folks to represent you so well.
Yeah.
Help them to be ambassadors for the kingdom to their neighborhoods, to their coworkers that they're having brunch with today or had brunch with this morning. Lord, give them the words to say. Help them feel comfortable, whether they are super extroverted or whether they're more on the introverted, calmer side of life. God, help us to effectively share the gospel so that people will come to know you, so that they can lead people to you and multiplication can happen.
That's what I want to see.
And then we can see the number of Jesus followers doubled here in Central PA by 2030. God, we trust you because this goal is way bigger than us. And man, God, thank you. Thank you for Dan's vision to let us go love people on a Sunday morning. And Jesus, it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, bud.
Yeah. Thanks, man. This was fun.
Yeah.